All right, good afternoon, traders. Today is March 5th, 2024. This is John Kerrigan with the BYOB Market Wrap Up. Let's take a look at some charts. All right, so here's SPY. Kind of a big sell-off today, okay? We have a 2-day MMRP. Not sure if it's broken or not, but we were looking for support a little bit earlier than this. Here's our igniting candle, pulled back to support, found support there. Here's our first price advancement candle, made a higher low and a higher high. Okay, second price advancement candle made the higher high, but also made a lower low. All right, so we'll see if it's going to work tomorrow. We need that 10-minute uptrend. I was waiting for it all day. Didn't happen. We had a 10-minute downtrend just about all day long, and we're leaving this evening with a 10-minute uptrend, but note it's not over VWAP. So placing that anchored VWAP on that tomorrow morning right here at the start. That's not quite the right spot, is it? No, it's not. Okay, let's drag that down. Kind of stuck there. All right, right there. Okay, so look for tomorrow morning on this 10-minute uptrend. We're looking for any green candle over this pink line that wipes out a red candle. And our first target's going to be right here, 510.22. All right, that's for that market maker's reversal pattern. Again, tomorrow we got Mr. Powell's going to speak on the Hill at 10 o'clock. Don't know how long it's going to last, but markets could go haywire. We'll see what happens. We're in a channel. Here's the channel we're in. We haven't hit the other side of the channel since, I'm just going to say the 21st. We haven't hit the other side of the channel. Doesn't mean it has to. Okay, but just saying that we haven't hit the other side of the channel in a while, so we'll see what happens. Maybe they rip it from here on support back up to there. We'll see, but we're looking for that MMRP pattern to play out. So back to the SPY. Okay, we sold off today. No kidding, right? We had a topping tail yesterday, then we gapped down, traded all the way down to, well, the breakup candle low. So where was the breakup candle low? So I'm going to pull out the 10-minute chart. This is the breakup candle low right there. So we came all the way down into the breakup. I thought maybe they would put in like a higher low somewhere here. I bought some calls here, and they were underwater all through this. And now they're in the money up here. But again, we need that 10-minute trend to follow through. Okay, so I bought them right on support. There was a red line there. I bought some right on support. Then I saw this H pattern roll over. I said they're going for the breakup candle low. So I bought some puts and rode the puts right into the breakup candle low and then reversed right there. Okay, so I'm long on calls to go higher. So we'll see what happens with SPY tomorrow if they can recover this. All right, so let's take a look at QQQ. Well, let's just go back to the daily chart. We already discussed the MMRP. All right, daily chart, lower high, lower low, closing below the bullish trap, but above the rising 17 EMA. 2-day chart, let's look at this. Let's take this off. Okay, let's look at this 2-day MMRP. Igniting candle, pause candle. That's the red one. Second red one is the check of support. And then you see the first price advancement candle hits the top of the channel. Okay, then we come rolling all the way back to support. Not good. Usually it's a higher low and a higher high. We got the higher high, but we got a lower low. So, but we came right into this 8 EMA, right into support. The nice thing is they bounced it from here. So they could recover this MMRP. We'll see what happens. But first, we're going to need a 10-minute uptrend. We started one at the closing time, about 3:30, but it's not over VWAP. So we'll see what happens. Okay, so there's SPY. Now let's take a look at QQQ. QQQ, same thing happening here. Igniting candle, pull back to support. Price advancement candle goes up, and we come all the way back to support. Not good. All right, so there's QQQ on the 2-day chart. All right, let's look at it on the daily chart. QQQ did the same thing as SPY. Okay, it gapped down, and then it just ran down all day, probably, just like SPY. Went through the bullish trap, went through the rising 17, got a big tail there. That's good. I like the tail, but I like the color green a whole lot better. So got a lower high, lower low, closing between the bullish trap and the rising 17 EMA. That's QQQ. FNGU. All right, FNGU on the daily chart, lower high, lower low, closing below. Oh, we got a 3-8 cross on the daily chart. Closing below 17 EMA, not good, and causing a bearish trap to form. So there's FNGU. So might be a rough day tomorrow. Not sure about that bounce. We'll see what happens. But here we are with FNGU, lower high, lower low, closing below the rising 17 and forming the bearish trap. Now they did this here. Okay, remember they did about the same thing here. We recovered. So, not a very significant higher high. And here we got a lower high right there. So, we'll see what happens. There's FNGU. Still in an uptrend. All right, we haven't broken any candles yet. So, there's FNGU. I mean, we broke this one, so might start a downtrend. Lower high, lower low. Could be a downtrend right there. Lower high, lower low. Let's look at IWM. IWM, lower high, lower low. Closing in the bullish trap over the 17. IWM still looking good. Okay. FNGU, not so much. SPY, still looking good. QQQ, still looking good. Diamond Dow. Diamond Dow doing the same thing as FNGU, lower high, lower low, closing well below the 17 EMA and causing a bearish 3/8 cross and causing a bearish trap. So there's Diamond Dow and putting in a lower high and a lower low. Possible downtrend right there. Okay, let's take a look at our technicals. Technicals, we got lower highs and lower lows. Kind of broke through this uptrend line. Not good. We're back in the buyer's chop zone. Here's the chop zone for the buyers. We were in the buy zone for like a brief minute today, but couldn't quite hold it up there. See that little peak? And we got a lower high causing this lower low. All right, so see what happens tomorrow. Let's go take a look at T2123. This is T2122. Let me just move this stuff over here. T2123. All right, so T2123 goes up, makes a little higher high. See that? Okay, so kind of bullish there. Higher low, a little bit higher high. Bullish there, not a significant higher high. And then we kind of roll over. Right there, coming back down to test the lows. Right there, you got end of the day, like a little bit of sell-off there in the last 7 candles. T2123 3-bar, but look at this. That's a bullish flag, so that's good. If they can just stay up here and consolidate, that's very good. T2123, still some space between our 17 EMA and the price action. Again, a little more bull flag happening right there. FNGU, we already discussed this earlier, but we'll take one more look at it. Okay, this big sell-off here today on FNGU. hitting that uptrend line right there. See if we can get a bounce. They got a little bounce, not the great bounce, but got a lower high, caused a little bit lower low, came back to VWAP. See what happens tomorrow morning if we can get that 10-minute uptrend going back to test the backside of this flat 200 on the 15-minute chart. Okay, so you can see red almost from beginning to end until the last two candles. There's FNGU. All right, let's go back and take a look at XLK. XLK, of course, XLK put in a new all-time high, just like SPY yesterday. XLK closing between bullish trap and rising 17. Okay, let's take a look at SMH. That's technology. SMH also put in a new all-time high yesterday. Okay, closing over the bullish trap and over the 17. Little red candle here, more tail than body and wick. But I like SMH a little bit stronger than technology. Let's take a look at IYT. All right, here's IYT closing underneath the bullish trap and above the 17 EMA. So these are our transports. It's kind of a move up and a bull flag over right there. So that's still bullish. All right, there's IYT. Let's take a look at XLF. XLF looked like it hit a brick wall up there. What do you think? Right? Wick, line, wick, line, wick, line, wick, line. Everything kind of stops everything in the same spot. So XLF looking like it hit a brick wall. But take note of this candle. That's a new 2-year high right there today. Okay, let's zoom out all the way back to, ooh, look at that. Looks like February 2022 right there. We're in 2024, people. Okay, new all-time high, new 2-year high, not all-time high, new 2-year high for XLF. Financials still looking healthy, real healthy, making new highs, higher low, higher high. Okay, so financials looking good. IWM still looking good. It's kind of got a little double top here. All right, don't forget they made a new 2-year high or 20-month high just yesterday. So pulling back to the trap, closing in the trap. So small caps not looking bad at all. Financials looking good. IYT, we just hit them. Looking like a bull flag right here. Not too bad. Don't like it underneath the trap though. All right. XLK. This is not what we wanted to see, but it's been making, you know, higher lows and higher highs. Got a lower low here, but made the higher high. So XLK's been looking good. Just kind of come back to support right here, so we can see if this thing can get going tomorrow. All right, so let's take a look at energy, USO. All right, here's USO. Lower high, lower low, closing between the trap. That's a bullish trap. And the 17 EMA. UNG looking like an equal. No, it's got a lower low and a higher high. So expanding volatility there. Closing over the bullish trap and over the flat 17 EMA. That's these dots right there. Let's take a look at precious metals. Silver gapped up and traded down. Okay, higher low, higher high. Silver getting over the midpoint here. Nice work on silver. Needed to consolidate up here. If it consolidates up here, I might be interested in it. There's silver in an uptrend. Higher low, higher high. Red candle today. Couldn't hang on to the midpoint. But let me just say they're leaning on it and poking it. All right, so bullish on silver. Uptrend, higher low, higher high. Closing over the bullish trap, over the 17 EMA. GLD. GLD doing the same thing. Well, a little bit better. GLD higher low, higher high. Okay, closing over the bullish trap, over the rising 17. That's getting way ahead of itself there. New breakout. What is that? Let's see how many. Is that an all-time high for gold? That's up there, isn't it? That's way up there. Let's take a look at the 2-day chart. Let's take a look at the 3-day chart. Let's take a look at the weekly. Okay, people, that's an all-time high for the GLD right there. All-time high right there for GLD. See that? All the way back to 2004. Remember the housing bubble? Right there. GLD making an all-time high right there. Nice work on GLD. All right, traders, I'll see y'all at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. I want to thank you for being here. I was looking for the uptrend all day. We got a peek at it for a brief moment here on the 15th. Look at this weekly chart. That's a pretty chart. I like that. Anyways, we got a brief look at it right here, and we couldn't get up over VWAP. We didn't even spike VWAP here, so came back and hit it at the close. All right, traders, everybody have a wonderful evening. I will see you all 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Looking for that continuation uptrend. All right, in the SPY, look for that 10-minute uptrend. Make that MMRP happen. Hey, did you contact Ed? Malcolm?